What's up, YouTube? Ryan back today with the Week 8 minor league recap. Let's do it. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Week 8 of the minor leagues is over, concluded. It was fun. I will say offensive performances were down this week. This is probably the toughest video I've had so far this season to put together. It was actually kind of difficult to find top prospects that played really well. So we might see some new names on the list this week. We might see less players, definitely less players. Like last week in AA, we had like 13 players or something. Definitely don't have that this week. So it's going to be a little bit of a quicker recap this week for the offensive players. I'm starting to put together my pitching recap. That one should be pretty good this month. Actually should be a lot better. So I'm going to plan on getting that out here on the 1st of June. What is that? 3 days? So that's the goal. Should be able to get that done. Super excited about that. So yeah, week 8, let's jump into it pretty quick here. As always, if you guys like this video, please give a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and most importantly, if I forgot anyone. Again, this week was difficult, so I might have forgot some people. I literally just finished going through the top 100 of every single hitter. Like literally, because it was that difficult. Usually I don't have to do that. So if I forgot anyone that just balled out between the dates of May 22nd and May 28th, put their name and their stat line down below. All right, let's jump into single A. Let's go. All right, first player up in single A, Pete Crow-Armstrong. Everyone, I'm sorry. I don't know why my Twitter videos will not play. I just literally set all my videos up. I hit record, and now they will not play. Same thing as last week, so there's not going to be any videos this week. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm going to ASU softball game later. I literally don't have time. So I'm sorry. I have to figure this out because for every reason I just watched every single video and then I hit record and now I can't watch them again. So I don't know. I'm sorry. So we're going to run through all the players, all the stat lines as usual, but there will be no video. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. Anyways, Pete Crow-Armstrong this week over 5 games, 286 batting average, 348 on base percentage, 919 OPS, 2 home runs, 6 hits in 5 games, walked 2 times, and stole 3 bases. So Pete Crow-Armstrong, a little slower week for him. But like I said, it was hard to find like offensive players this week. So Pete Crow-Armstrong at 919 OPS made the video. Next player up, Isaac Pacheco. Over 7 games this week, 273 batting average, but he had a 429 on base percentage, a 1020 OPS. He had a home run, a triple, 2 doubles, 6 hits in 7 games, walked 6 times on top of that. Love that. He's been walking a ton lately. He also stole 2 bases. Our next player up, Colson Montgomery. Over 5 games this week, 294 batting average, 429 on base percentage, 1076 OPS. He had a home run, a triple, a double, 5 hits in 5 games. He walked 4 times on top of that. Colson Montgomery's figuring this thing out. He's looking really good at low A. Next player, Diego Cartaya, over 5 games, 250 batting average, 500 on base percentage though, 1063 OPS. He had a home run, a triple, a lot of triples so far already. 4 hits in 5 games, but he walked 6 times and got beaten twice. So 8 free bases in 5 games. And our MVP in single A, and they don't have any video on Jason Dominguez really this year. The Tampa Tarpons aren't really recording their games, I guess. So I don't have video for him anyways, but over 6 games, 400 batting average, 520 on base percentage, 1270 OPS, 2 home runs, a double, 8 hits in 6 games. He walked 4 times on top of that and stole 3 bases. Jason Dominguez, this is the type of talent he has. He's been pretty bad this year, to be honest. He's been really slow, but this is the talent he has. He can hit for power. He can steal bases. He can get on base at a high rate. This is why the hype is here for him. He just turned 19 111 days ago. So, like, still super young. So, still a chance that he figures it out. Definitely a slower season. If you are a believer in Jason Dominguez, this might be the time to buy his baseball cards. All right, let's jump into high A. Our first player up this week in high A, Zac Veen. Over 6 games this week, 304 batting average, 393 on base percentage, 915 OPS. He had a home run, 2 doubles, 7 hits in 6 games. He walked 4 times on top of that, stole 4 bases as well. Again, another player with a ton of talent who started off slow. He's starting to pick it up, get hit for power. He can steal bases. He can get on base at an incredible rate. He was 9th overall pick in 2020 for a reason. Zac Veen, one of the best talents in the minor leagues, in my opinion. Starting to look pretty good. Next up, Ellie Dado Cruz. This is someone who a lot of people like a lot. I'm a little bit on the pessimistic side with De La Cruz, but he does do some things really well. So over 7 games this week, 286 batting average, 310 on base percentage, but a 989 OPS. He had 2 home runs, 2 triples, a double, 8 hits in 7 games. He walked once on top of that and stole a base. So talent's there. I compare Ellie De La Cruz to Oneil Cruz a lot because he's a really tall, lanky guy, 6'5", shortstop, similar to Oneil Cruz, who's 6'7", can hit the ball a mile, very athletic for how big he is. Just doesn't get on base that well. That's the only problem that I have with him. Like, his on base percentage just needs to be better because he always hits between, like, so far in his pro career, between like 280 and 300, but his on base percentage is like 330, 310. Like, it's not great. So that's my only bone to pick with Ellie De La Cruz, but had a pretty good week. Next up, my boy Trevor Hover makes the video again this week, and I know I actually didn't want to include him on this video, but because a lot of people see it as biased, and I see it as biased as well because I really like Trevor Hover, but like I said, it was hard to make this video actually, so he does make the video this week. Over 6 games, 333 batting average, 546 on base percentage, the best on base percentage we're going to see this week, 1079 OPS. He had a home run. He had 5 hits in 6 games only, but he walked 5 times and got beaned twice. So, dude got on base a lot this week. 546 on base percentage. He deserves it. He makes the video. Next up, Drew Romo. Fun little prospect in Drew Romo. This dude is a stud. He's still only 20 years old at high A over 5 games this week. 333 batting average, 455 on base percentage, 1121 OPS, home run, 1 triple, 1 double, 6 hits in 5 games, walked 3 times on top of that, got beaten on top of that, and stole a base. So did a little bit of everything. Super athletic catcher, very good defensively too. I remember when he was doing like the perfect game like combine, like he had the best pop time at like 1.76. So like really good arm, really good defensive catcher, and he can hit. So there might be a good little major league career ahead for Drew Romo. And last but not least, and I wish my videos were working because Rhys Heinz absolutely destroyed a baseball this week. Rhys Heinz, still only 21 years old, so still young, starting to figure it out. Over 6 games this week, 421 batting average, 542 on base percentage, 1384 OPS. He had 2 home runs, a triple. So many triples this week. He had 8 hits in 6 games, 7 RBIs on top of that, 5 walks on top of that, and he stole a base. Rhys Heinz is a player I've always liked. He was a 2nd-round pick back in 2019. So much talent and like crazy power when he finds it. So I hope he keeps developing. He's a big dude too, 6'4", 215. Like, come on, Rhys Heinz. I want to see your ceiling. But great week, wins MVP for me. All right, jumping into AA, Francisco Alvarez makes an appearance. Who he hasn't been on the video since like the 2nd or 3rd week of the season. Started off so hot, and then he cooled down a lot. So this week, over 6 games, 250 batting average, but he had a 333 on base percentage and a 1042 OPS. He had 3 home runs, so that's why I made the video this week. He had 2 doubles, 6 hits in 6 games, walked 3 times on top of that. Francisco Alvarez is a really strong prospect. Ton of power. He's only 20 years old. He's only like halfway to 21 in AA, so super young still. So seeing the struggles at AA at that age, I'm not surprised. It's tough. Like, he's super young for AA, but he's still showing some power, still showing a little bit of ability to draw walks. So I still think he's a good prospect. Again, if everyone's been following my channel, they know I think he's a little overhyped. Like, I don't think he's a top 10 prospect in baseball, but he is a good player. I like Alvarez a lot. I just don't think he deserves the hype that a lot of people give him. Kind of similar to like Noel V. Marte for me, but he had a good week. I like Francisco Alvarez a lot. I do. Good week. Next up, George Valera. He is coming on pretty hot here the last couple weeks. Over 5 games this week, 350 batting average, 381 on base percentage, 1081 OPS. He had 2 home runs, a double, 7 hits in 5 games, walked once on top of that, stole 2 bases. George Valera, I would love to see him in the pros soon. He does everything right, it seems like. He just started off slow. So once he picks it up, I expect the Indians to bring him up. He's one of their best prospects for sure. Really high ceiling. Has a lot of power. Gets on base a lot. So we'll see. Good week, though. Next up, this is a fun one again for me here. Gage Workman, he was drafted in the 4th round of the 2020 draft. He's played at ASU, so that's why I know him. But he did have a really good week. And again, it was tough. So he made the video this week over 5 games, 350 batting average, 381 on base percentage, 1081 OPS. He had 2 home runs, a double, 7 hits in 5 games, walked once on top of that. Gage Workman, I'm not super high on him. I did like him in college. He was a good player, but I didn't think he was like an elite prospect. But he's a big kid, can, like when he's hot, can perform extremely well. He's a switch hitter. He had a good week. Next up, Ezequiel Tovar, and this guy's making our videos a lot recently. He has just been killing AA, and he killed it again this week. And again, he's only 20. He's about to turn 21 in about 64 days. But this week, over 6 games, 385 batting average, 467 on base percentage, 1082 OPS. He had a home run, a triple, a double, 10 hits in 6 games. He walked 3 times. He got beaned once. He stole 4 bases. Like, he is a stud. He hit a home run today, so maybe we'll see him again next week too. So Ezequiel Tovar, yeah, dude's nice. Next up, Zac Deloach, and this one feels good for me because I like Zac Deloach a lot. He just has been struggling a little bit, and he finally seemed like figured it out this week. Over 5 games, 389 batting average, 421 on base percentage, 1088 OPS. He had a home run, 2 doubles, 7 hits in 5 games, walked once on top of that. Zac Deloach, I think, is a fantastic hitter, like fantastic. He's just kind of in that category with so many top prospects this year. And even in MLB, we see superstars struggling. Like, he's just struggling a little bit. So hopefully he can get it going. Next up, Matt Mcclain, Cincinnati Reds. Didn't sign with my Diamondbacks when he was signed back in 2018. So I will never be rooting for you, but you are a good player. Over 4 games this week, 400 batting average, 438 on base percentage, 1104 OPS. He had a home run, a double, 6 hits in 4 games, walked once on top of that, stole a base. Very good overall player. Does a lot of things well, and I'm surprised with his opposite field power, to be honest. Go check out his home run this week. Opposite field, just no doubter. And our MVP in AA, Dylan Dingler. This is someone who hasn't made our recaps at all this year. He started off really great last year. Like, he was kind of showing up Torkelson a little bit at the beginning of last season, but he finally comes around this week. Over 4 games, 429 batting average, 579 on base percentage, 1222 OPS. He had a home run, 6 hits in 4 games. He walked 5 times on top of that. Second rounder in 2020. He went to Ohio State. Very good catching prospect, in my opinion, especially when he's hitting well. Like, this dude, when he's hitting well, is definitely difficult to get out. And he's athletic. He plays center field and right field. So, love that. Love that. Wins MVP this week for me. All right, jumping into AAA. Spencer Steer. And if you're just tuning in, I'm sorry. There's no videos this week. I'm sorry. Anyways, over 7 games this week, 292 batting average, 414 on base percentage, 997 OPS. He had 2 home runs, a double, 7 hits in 7 games, walked 4 times on top of that, got beaned once. Spencer Steer, he's 24, but he is looking really good. Like, really good, and he's still hitting well in AAA. I expect him on the Twins here pretty soon. I will say the only downside is they do have a lot of infielders, so I'm not sure if they really have anywhere to put him. Maybe they'll throw him at third base. But that's the one barrier right now with the Twins. Like, Royce Lewis, even he went up, hit like 310, and then they brought him back down because Correa was back. So it's tough right now to find playing time on that Twins infield. Next up, Oneil Cruz. Finally. I think he's made at least one of our videos this year, but he just hasn't done what I thought he'd do. He's been pretty slow this year, but has a good week this week. Over 6 games, 333 batting average, 379 on base percentage, 1046 OPS, 3 home runs. So he's showing some in-game power again. He had 9 hits in 6 games, walked twice on top of that, stole a base. So, like, similar to Ellie De La Cruz, Oneil Cruz can hit tanks, can murder baseballs. But he doesn't get on base all that well. You know, like, I need that to be over 400 on base percentage. And I think that the talent's there. He's still only 23 years old. He should be in the pros, in my opinion. Like, I know he's struggling in AAA, but, like, the Pirates suck. Like, come on. Just bring him up. All right, CJ Abrams. Yes. All right. CJ Abrams, he got brought up early this year. I thought, honestly, just a little prematurely. He only played about half a season in AA last year. I think they got a little hyped up with other teams bringing up their top prospects. They brought up CJ. He did struggle. He had 182 in 55 at-bats. Was not great. So, bringing down AAA, started off hot, got really cold, and now he's had a good week. So, over 5 games this week, 450 batting average, 522 on base percentage, 1122 OPS. He had a home run, 9 hits in 5 games, walked twice, stole 2 bases, got beaned once, 7 RBIs. Like, the dude can play. I love CJ Abrams. He's such a good talent. I just hope he can get hot in AAA and translate it to the MLB. I cannot wait. One of the best bat to ball skills in all the minor leagues. 100%. Might be the best. Next up, Mark Viento's only played 3 games this week, but he balled out in those 3 games. He is on a tear right now. I think I read he's hit 6 home runs in the last 14 games. So over 3 games this week, 462 batting average, 462 on base percentage, so he didn't walk, but he had a 1462 OPS, 2 home runs, a double, 6 hits in 3 games, 5 RBIs on top of that. Vientos he's a difference maker. When he is on, this dude can absolutely influence a baseball game. He's only 22, so still really young for being in AAA. Like, love to see it. He's not in that, like, he didn't debut when he was 21, so he's not elite, but he's only 22, and he's probably going to debut this year. Like, at some point, he's probably going to get brought up. So, love that. Good week for Mark Vientos. And last but not least, this is a fun one for me. Bubba Thompson, I think he made 1 recap last year. But Bubba Thompson's hitting 340 this year, and I just haven't been including him because I know people would be like, he's not a top prospect. This is someone I actually liked a lot in 2017. This is a player who chose to go to play baseball instead of, I think he had like a big quarterback football scholarship to a D1 school. I can't remember exactly the details currently. So he's like a super athlete. He's super good. He plays all outfield positions. Over 4 games this week, 500 batting average, 500 on base percentage. So he didn't walk, but he had 1,500 OPS. He had 2 home runs, 2 triples, 10 hits in 4 games, 9 RBIs, and he stole 5 bases. He has 25 stolen bases this year in AAA. He's 23 years old. He's about to turn 24, so it has taken him a little bit to figure it out. But back in 2017, when he got drafted, I was like, I like Bubba Thompson. I think this was going to be really good. He had his ups and downs, but like last year, he was pretty solid. And this year, he's looking really good. So should be debuting this year. I'm excited. Definitely a super athletic kid, 6'2", 197, good build. Like, I think he could be a legitimate piece to that Texas Rangers offense. So, yeah, Bubba Thompson, AAA MVP. Let's go. All right, that's going to do it for the Week 8 recap. Again, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know if my computer is just, like, dying or what. I don't know why it won't let me go in full screen with Twitter videos, even though it let me do it when I pulled up the videos. So, I am confused. I'm not sure why or how. Maybe I need to, like, clear out my cache or something. But I'm working on it. Hopefully next week I'll have videos back. Again, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But, yeah, pretty solid recap this week again. Pretty tough. So if I did forget anyone between May 22nd and May 28th, please drop their name and their stat line down below. Thank you all for watching. If you guys liked this video, as always, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think of this week's recap. Who's your favorite player? Who did I forget? All of that jazz. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya!